let people know that a lot of the things that I do here and what I'm here for support-wise are actually available on our website if for some reason you can't get through to me live here. And in fact, our entire marketing theme for the month of March is going to focus on electronic tools, specifically on online applications. And I'll certainly be touching on that as a part of our tools here. But you know, a lot of times you're out in the field doing business, you need a question answered, and it's 8 o'clock at night. I remember many appointments in the evening, and you know, we're not here at that time, or maybe a weekend, Saturday morning, you're meeting with a client or prospect, and again, we're not here at that time. So I'd like to show everybody where you can get to some of these answers directly on our website. In fact, you can go through the entire sales process on our website, from finding clients, pre-screening, underwriting, quoting them. You can take an application, you can track your business, and then you can also see what kind of rewards you'll be expecting through our shared success program. So the whole entire sales process is available on our website, and that's what I'm going to be covering this morning here. And to start off with, you know, first thing you need to do in the sales process is find your clients, find your prospects. Well, we've got some help for you out there, and the first thing I would direct everybody to would be our blogs, and that's all you need to do is pull up our website, fb-inc.com, and look at that toolbar up top under Sales Tools and Training. That's on the far right. The drop-down menu, you want to choose Sales Tools, and then the blog index, and we have blogs for different types of business that we work with here. And the Life blog is going to have some of the ideas that I've written, and my counterparts out here. They'll give you ideas on new innovative products, maybe some ideas on what to say when you're in front of a client or a prospect. And also we have prospecting ideas out there. I like to keep close tabs on what the top producers are doing to get business in the door. And you know, if they're doing something, if they're writing a lot of business, they're obviously doing something right. And I'd like to share that with everybody else so that you can copy what they're doing. So those ideas will be out there under the Life blog heading. If you sell annuities, you can click on annuities or LTC for some of the same ideas as they relate to that product line. And the other thing that we have out there, I know I'm asked fairly regularly, what do we have for leads? Well, we're not a lead company. We don't pretend to be. I know a lot of times leads are about as well, they're only as good as the person, the agent who is calling the lead. All that being said, though, we do have links to 3 different lead companies on our website. That's under the same Sales Tools and Training tab. You just click on Lead Program, and you can see the lead companies that we've actually arranged discounted pricing through. The discounted pricing is listed right there for you. On top of that, we have a lead reimbursement program, and we'll reimburse $20 per lead. All you need to do when you get that lead is keep a copy of that and send it in with the application, and we'll certainly track that. Once that case has gone paid and placed, then you're eligible for that $20 per lead reimbursement. Takes care of, some cases it'll cover the cost of the lead, some cases it'll cover part of it, but $20 is still $20. And the next step of the sales process, you've now acquired the prospect, you've spoke to them, they're interested in doing something. You know, a lot of times though, people end up having some health problems. Not everybody is a marathon runner. They've got something wrong with them, a cancer history, they've got diabetes, they've had a heart attack. There's something going on there. Well, again, if you can't reach us, you're not sure what rate class to rate the person, maybe not even sure if they can get coverage, we have a tool on our website that can help you determine that. And there's actually several, but the one I wanted to focus on was the X-ray software. And again, go to that top toolbar on our website under underwriting, and the very first item you'll see there is the X-ray underwriting tool. And you can learn about X-ray in some of the drop-downs there. They have a demo. I know X-ray hosts their own webinars a couple times a week if you want to be walked through that process in detail. But I'll try to basically describe what it does. Once you're into X-ray, it allows you to input your client's information, who they are, their birth date, their height and weight, whether they smoke or not. This is something you want to do while you've got them on the phone, or they could be in your office as long as you've got your computer up here and have the X-ray software pulled up. But after that, you get to the health questions, and this utilizes what they call reflexive questioning. So if you answer, yes, the client has diabetes, it will then create additional questions to be answered. They're going to ask, when was it diagnosed? What medications is the client taking? It's going to ask for the A1C level. It's going to ask for complications. And anytime you answer yes to one of these things, it will then create more questions, and really helps the underwriter who's ultimately going to see this to get a very clear picture of the person's health. You're really drilling down to the nitty-gritty, so they can make a decision based on a much greater amount of information than what they might normally receive. We found that answers come back very, very quickly through the X-ray process. Underwriters are going to receive this data in a uniform format every time they get an X-ray inquiry. The answers are going to be listed in the same order, in the same fashion. They don't have to be searching through paragraphs and paragraphs of information to find the data they need. So they can look at it and make a decision very quickly. I can also run these myself here, but again, if you need this service after hours, on the weekends, or you just can't reach us, it's available. My experience is that at least one carrier will respond within the hour, and that's an amazing turnaround. Most carriers respond within 24 hours, and I've seen all of them respond within 48 hours. So again, you can get your answer very, very quickly. They also have a instant quote version of that where there's a few carriers that have loaded their data into the software, and the computer itself will return an answer. Although if you have to freehand type anything, that's not going to be completely accurate, and you'll need to actually send it off to the underwriters. So now we've found our client. We've gone through the pre-screening, so we know what rate class to use. Now it's a matter of what price are we going to give the client. Well, we have quoting engines out on our website. These are the same engines that we use, that our coordinators use to run illustrations and quotes for you when you call in, and they're all available for you out on the website here any time of day. The two I would draw your attention to, though, are the very first one and the very last one listed. The first one says simply term quotes. That's the quoting engine provided by iPipeline. They also provide all of our forms on the website. But this is very simple to use. You input the client's information, what term length they're looking for, any riders or table ratings. You hit submit, and then you're going to see a ranking from the lowest price to the highest of all of our carriers out there. This can also be used to run universal life. A lot of folks don't know that, and of course it's called term quotes, so it's not something a person would think to go to for ULs, but you can choose guaranteed UL as the term length, and it will return the no lapse guarantee universal life prices for the client. That gets a little tricky, though. It's very simple. You can't put in any 1035 exchange money. It doesn't allow for short pays. Riders also don't work on the UL portion of this engine, but it can get you in the ballpark, can get you a very simple number to get you started there. And there are also links, too. Once you see the quotes, you can go directly to the forms for that particular carrier. You can also look at the underwriting requirements. What's the client going to have to go through to get this coverage? It does a lot for you. Now, if you need the full-blown universal life illustration, dump-in money, there's something you need to tweak on the Universal Life quote, I would recommend WinFlex Web. That's the very last quoting engine listed there. And you don't have to go through our website to get to that. You can go directly to winflexweb.com, but we make it convenient for you here. It does require a separate username and login and password, but that's where you can get fancy with the UL illustrations. You can show cash coming out and all sorts of different riders, 1035 exchange money, and all that. And this is what we use here to run the illustrations. And so now you've got your illustration. The client says, yes, I'd like to apply for coverage. Well, there's several ways we can get to the applications. And you can do that, again, through that top toolbar there on the website. If you click on New Business, you can get to the, well, let me step back a moment there. If you click on Forms, and if you want to use the traditional paper application, click on Forms, and it will take you to a drop-down menu where you can pull up a PDF of the application for any carrier you need, print it off, save it to your computer, email it to a client if they want to print it off. But something that's new and that we're seeing become a lot more prevalent these days are the online applications. So under the New Business heading, if you click on that first item there that says iGo eApp, that will take you right to the iGo page. iGo stands for In Good Order. It does not let you make a mistake. All applications will be submitted in good order. Otherwise, the system will not let you submit them. And basically, once you get in there, you're looking at an electronic version of the paper application. You want to have the client on the phone with you, or again seated across from your desk while you're in the computer system. This takes about 5 minutes. You click yes or no on the answers, and then once you have green check marks all the way down, it's in good order, and you can submit it to the client. They must have a valid email address to receive this. They will type in their e-signature at that point, and it goes back to you because you still have to type in your e-signature as the writing agent. Once you do that, you can submit it, and it goes directly to the carrier. We are notified here at Financial Brokerage simultaneously, so this saves you from any postage. You don't have to try to make sure you've got all the paperwork in order. Nothing can be missing because they make sure that everything is there for you. You don't have to worry about faxing anything either. So a very easy way to write business. And the third item here, and you can get to this through the iGo process for a couple of carriers. Those are the quick applications. Banner and Genworth and West Coast Life utilize this process, and it's just a shorter version of the electronic application. You fill in minimal data, and this instance, it goes directly to the carrier rather than the client. The carrier will then conduct the interview with the client. They will obtain the signature either electronically or via voice signature. They'll actually order the pyramid exam for you, and that's a very slick process as well. It takes you out of the loop, and you're not seeing any cut on compensation by doing that, so it allows you to work smarter rather than harder. And a couple reasons you may want to consider electronic applications. We found that with electronic apps, 10% more of the applications will ultimately place in force. So you've just given yourself a 10% raise for the year. Also, applications go through underwriting about 14 days faster on average. So it means your client will be covered much more quickly, and you will certainly be paid more quickly that way. So now let's assume the application has been submitted, and it's in the underwriting process. Well, you don't necessarily need to call or send an email to find out what's going on in that process. We have the agent information request, and that's available on our website as well. Now, I'll direct your attention to the left side of our front page rather than the top toolbar. It's in the drop-down on the left where you see the hand pointing to case status. All you have to do is click there, and after your username and login, you can look up any piece of business that you either have pending with us here or that you've written in the past. And you can see the whole history of all the activity that's gone on out there. And This is what those items look like at the bottom. You'll see a sample of a hypothetical case there. The case note details will all be there. It's sort of a permanent record. But what I wanted to touch on was the AIR, AIR, or if you have a question about an item, or if you've been asked to respond to a question, you can click on AIR and type in your response or your question in the box right there and send it off. This is sort of like a secure email. It goes directly to case management, and they will work these and look at these. These actually get priority over regular emails or voicemails that they might receive. So quickest way to find information on your pending business is through the AIR system. So we've gone through, let's see, finding the client, underwriting, and quoting, getting the application. We've walked it through the underwriting process, and it's been approved. We've delivered the policy. Now, many of you know about our Shared Success program. You'll certainly get paid commission from the carrier, but you know, at Financial Brokerage, we like to give a little bit extra to people that do business with us, and that's the Shared Success program, where you can earn cash on a cash card, or you can go on some of our incentive trips to places like Alaska or Canada, Maui, New York, Ireland, Disney World, Cancun. We'll send you all over the world, basically. And again, it's on that left side of the screen. You can look at your Shared Success account summary. And once you click there, after logging in, you'll see a screen that looks something like this. And you'll be able to click on the year that you want to look at. And then you can see by month the business that has been submitted in that month. And then as it ultimately places in force and goes paid, you'll see your success shares as they accumulate out there. Now, you can also click on a particular month and see the business for that month in greater detail, and it will look something like this. You can see how many shares you're receiving for each carrier and each piece of business. I don't have the additional screen loaded here, but on your actual screen on the website, if you click on the client's name, you can go to that. It'll take you to that case management side here, where you can see all of the notes on that particular piece of business. And that's really the electronic tools in a nutshell. You can go through the entire sales process through our website, everything from lead generation to pre-screening, quoting the client, finding the application, taking an electronic app. You can handle case management, and you can look up your rewards. This is all done without paper, and could be done without a telephone as well. Don't need to call us for any of these things. One little thing I guess I should add about the rewards, be on the lookout this spring for a special offer, a special incentive that's going to be tailored around electronic applications. I'm not going to say more than that because it's still in the works, but keep your eyes and ears peeled. It's something well worth looking out for there. And I guess I'll open it up to questions at this point in time. If anybody has a question, if you haven't typed it already, certainly type it in there, and I'll be able to see it on my end and see if I can go ahead and answer it for you. And we have one here. Somebody had asked about one of the other quoting engines out there, Vital UL, and I guess I'll mention also Vital Term. That is another quoting engine we have available. Some people like to use that. It's certainly out there for you. My experience has been that the iPipeline engine, term quotes, and then of course WinFlex Web are very reliable and certainly updated in real time as carriers roll out new products. So we tend to use those more than the Vital Term or Vital UL, but that's correct. That is another engine that's available out there. So I don't see any other questions at this point in time. So if anybody has any additional questions or concerns, feel free to give me a call. I'm heading back to my desk right after this. Extension is 3371, and I guess I should put in a little plug for next month too. The theme will be estate planning. we'll focus on some of those tools you can use for people that you might not think right off the bat are good candidates for estate planning, but there are certainly some things you can do to help them. So look forward to seeing you all next month. Thank you very much.